Dungeons and Dragons.
And junk drawer. What's up, guys?
Welcome back. It's so good to see you.
Oh, hey, what's up, Jennifer?
Welcome to the internet. Welcome back to another episode of Dungeons and Dragons and Junk Drawer.
Bing!
We are back with another episode tonight. We are live just a little bit late. Technical difficulties because we're us. Who would we be if we didn't experience some form of technical difficulty throughout any night, evening, whatever? Talking robots, malfunctioning computers, dead parents. What?
Oh,
Batman?
Let's put it on a shirt.
Never mind. We are going to start. That got me, Josh. We are going to start our shout-outs tonight with Dice Daddy himself.
Okay. Wow. Shout out to Roll20 for being an awesome platform. Do you want to stay inside again and play D&D with your friends because things are starting to get bad again? Roll20 is a great resource, so check it out. And back to you, Pat.
Sweet. Thanks, man. We're going to throw it to the other ho in the other area code, Mike Spillane. He knew that it was him. He knew.
We are.
We're all in different area codes.
Right.
No, Mike and Justin might be in the same area code.
I think we are in the same area code.
Are we?
Actually, Carlos might be in the same area code too.
No, he's in Kissimmee.
I don't know. It's 407 extends far. Anywho, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at The Junk Drawer Show. Subscribe to us on YouTube at The Junk Drawer Show, and follow and subscribe to us on Twitch at The Junk Drawer Show, and that's it. And no shout-outs to Dell because they suck.
Chromebook.
Fuck you, Dell.
Dude, you're not getting a Dell ever again. That should be the motto.
But what if they love Adele?
No, Adele's fine.
Never mind, I'll find.
Up next, the man with a song in his heart and out of his mouth, Josh Delgado.
Oh, hey, that's me. All right, so quick shout-outs. I'm going to shout out all the climbers in the Olympics. First year that the Olympics have climbing, and it was super cool to watch. And then, you know what? We all know what it is. Let's do it together. All right, 3, 2, 1. Fuck you, Donovan. That's right, fuck you, Donovan, every day since 1996. Back to you, Pat.
I heard a rumor that you're the favorite now, but, you know, whatever. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I like when I can set my own reality.
Up next, we have the art lore masterman himself, Carlos.
Hello. I'm just going to give a shout out to Baby Yoda memes for making me smile during rough times. He's so cute. Back to you, Pat.
He is really cute. His name's Grogu.
That's not... No.
It's his name, though.
No.
I would like to
Spoilers,
shout
I
out
haven't seen
my
season 2.
lovely wife for letting me play Imagination with you guys every week. That's your fault. It's been out for a really long time and we had a pandemic. I apologize for nothing. And I would like to shout out you guys for having the audacity and the consistency to be here each and every week. We're doing it again and it feels good. Very happy, very excited to be able to do this with you guys. So shout out to the Junk Drawer Show. We have some really awesome fun stuff coming up soon. I think in the next week or two I'll be posting a podcast with friend of the pod, Aaron Baum, D1 kicker for Murray State University, and that'll be a super fun look into a D1 athlete and kind of what goes into that, and someone who's gone through a whole lot of turmoil in their life. So it'll be very interesting, and I hope you guys check it out. But with all of that being said, I'm 2 drinks in, and you know what that means. Dice Daddy, whenever you're ready.
Oh, man.
And also, yes.
Okay. So, last time we were all together, you had plane shifted to Asgard. The 4 of you were met with a very bright light, and the 4 of you woke in a very precarious situation. Precarious. I don't know the word. Dungeon Master. Essentially, Thor found himself strung up like a scarecrow in the middle of a crop field. Thok found himself the royal advisor and head priest of the kingdom. Alder found himself as a stable boy, and more importantly, Loki found himself to be the current king of Asgard. While getting everything kind of together and reconvening everything and everyone, it was soon found out that everything was an illusion or an enchantment by a Asgardian that Thor knows and Loki knows by the name of Adorna. She had used her mystical powers to kind of weave and make Asgard what she wanted it to be and what she thought it could be as she was rearing and getting ready for the apocalypse. And so, last time we were all together, Loki and Thor failed their checks, and we currently have a destroyer that has been banished. We have a very mad Alder and a pissed off Thok and a not jazzed Enchantress. So we will take it from there, and we will go ahead and
Look at our new babies.
and we will roll initiative. Double check, guys. Make sure you can move your pieces, please.
Yo.
Coming in hot.
Hell yeah, dude.
So I don't know why I wrote this, but I wrote in giant capital letters, "Remember that I banishment."
Yeah,
Banished
That you banished the destroyer.
Destroyer.
The destroyer. That I was like, who the fuck did I banish?
Okay. So with that, let us roll initiative for Thok and Alder.
Oh, damn it. Does mine not count?
No, you're not.
Fuck.
You're not awake.
But I still get to be
You
an
can maybe
initiative.
Right now.
Dude, just
Wake
to
up,
real
Thor.
quick make sure, I get long rest, right? Because we've been here for 3 months.
But you're also taking a nap.
Right. But do I have my spell slots back?
Yes.
Okay.
Shit, do I have my spell slots?
You should, yeah.
Okay. So let's do this initiative. Alder, what did you get?
21.
Alder. Okay, Carlos, what did you get?
13.
13.
That's really high for you.
It is.
Yeah, I have a +0.
That's why I said that's very high for you.
I don't-
Okay.
Damn, did I use that many spells last game?
Yes.
Yeah, you
Okay.
were doing quite a few. Yeah, you were doing stuff.
Wet hand it is.
You started blasting.
Okay. So, with that, it is actually Adorna's turn. She rolled fairly high.
Cheater.
Cheater by rolling dice.
Yeah, she probably enchanted them.
Fucking
Enchanted by dice?
Got him.
enchanted ass dice.
You know what? That's fair. I'm a
She's
fucking
defeated.
man. You checkmated my my cynicism. You checkmated my teenage cynicism.
Sounds like a
Um,
liar.
Like a liar do. I just need to do I need to measure one thing. I was not expecting being the first up because I'm usually not.
It's normally because I get to roll initiative. Butthole.
Someone sounds salty.
No, I'm not. I just kidding.
I'm just kidding.
I keyed.
I'm just
Wow.
kidding.
Ay, Dios mío.
Changing Thor's accent halfway through the campaign.
Just like that.
Adios mio. Hey,
What the
brother. How's it going? I'm not sure.
Look,
Are you nude?
Oh, I missed hanging out with you for those 900 years.
you are my best friend.
Yahoo!
Want to
Okay.
be a plumber?
Jesus. Okay. Let me see. Okay. So she is going to go ahead and cast Wall of Light there is a 60-foot long, 10-foot high, and 5-foot thick wall that will be blocking her.
How tall did you say it was?
10.
It's
10 feet?
10 feet high.
Okay.
I need Thok and Alder to make Constitution saving throws.
Con save.
Yes, sir.
Nope.
Oh, no.
7.
You're good at those. Not this time.
Or 8.
Oh,
8.
shame. Huh?
Great.
Nope.
You nailed
22.
it.
What did you get there?
I rolled a 22.
22. Okay. So, Thok, unfortunately, you did not make the save. Alder, you did, so you will take half. This will be radiant damage.
Okay.
Sorry, give me one moment while I...
Did I gain any resistance in the 3 months we've been in Asgard?
No.
Being the high priest of whatever?
You were the High Priest of Pelor.
Yeah, so I should get like radiant resistance, right?
No.
Yeah, and I'm his stable boy.
Shut up.
Oh, stable boy.
Hey.
Okay.
Table boy. You look
Thok,
like a piss boy.
Is there?
so, Thok, you will take 22 points of radiant damage, and you are blinded. Alder, you will take
Ooh.
11. And then I just want to put this here. Yay, I get to use this. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while since I could hold.
We don't
I
sing
got,
that song. That guy's a monster.
sorry, I got a stain on my shirt.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, you better laugh.
Good.
Good. Okay, so that is the current wall that is up with the wall of light. Thok, you can at the end of your turn make a con saving throw.
Right.
Okay, so with that, it is now Alder's turn.
Sick. So, I don't know the properties of that wall. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, rather than walk towards it, it's what, 1, 2. Okay. Sick. Okay, cool. I am going to use my ethereal striders. So I'm gonna tap my heels together, and I am going to teleport to right here.
Okay.
And before combat started, I cast Investiture of Ice.
You
So I am in ice form right now. Bobby Drake, what's
Oh.
up? And I am going to need a con save from our pal Adorno.
Con save, got it. I made him icy for you.
I have a question.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes, Thok.
I took 22 damage and I just rolled concentration. What's the DC? Isn't it half the damage?
It is, yes, half the damage or lower.
Okay,
higher.
I rolled exactly 11.
Okay.
So
So
banishment stays up.
your concentration for the banishment?
Yeah.
Copy. Okay. Let me just get this little app up. So for her con save, she got a 32.
Oh. Alright. Well, then she'll take half damage of my freezing wind attack. So she's going to take I rolled 10, so she will take 5 cold damage.
Okay.
Holy shit
And you
balls.
see her kind of like front snow cone her a little bit, and she just turns and looks at you, and there's just kind of a smirk on her face. I do need to roll another con check to see if the wall of light stays up. Okay. Yes. Okay. We're
Dude,
good.
I can't even roll a 32, and I'm Connie as fuck.
You don't want to be Connie. She's not that good.
She's a very high level encounter. Anything else, Alder?
No, that'll end my turn there, buddy.
Okay. Blind Thok.
It's just one more eye. It's not that bad.
Right. I was debating whether or not to go for it. No, I'll go ahead and I'll cast Lesser Restoration on myself.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what level's that at? Oh no, that's higher than I thought. No, I'm not gonna do that. Just kidding. Can I hold an action to cast Toll the Dead until my blindness is gone and I can see her?
Sure. And Toll the Dead is a cantrip, right?
Cantrip, correct.
Okay, good.
And then I roll at the end of my turn.
Yep. You would roll a con save at the end of your turn.
Natural 1. Cool.
Oh, still blind.
You actually, your eye melts.
Great. I'll stay where I am.
Okay. So let us see here. And I can use an action. Interesting. Okay. She is going to go ahead and look at you, Alder, and go, you used to be so much fun. And then she is going to one here, and she is going to put her hands up, and you see this green magical energy, and you can feel heat coming off of it, almost like it's green fire as she slams down. And I need you to make a dex save for me.
Oh, dex save. Those are 16.
16. So that is a fail. So you are going to take 14 points of fire damage and 14 points of radiant.
Okay.
As she emits this energy from her, and she seems a little stunned.
DM question.
Answer.
So when I woke up, I was in like pants and fancy clothes.
Yeah.
Is that an actual thing, or am I in armor?
You're in your armor.
Oh, okay, I was just making sure.
It was an illusion, Michael.
Got it. I was just making sure because I was about to take my armor off and be really sad, but never. We're good.
No, you don't have to take your armor off. You're fine.
And
I wouldn't
then
do that.
Just a heads up as that is done. Because of the form that I'm in, I actually have resistance to fire damage, so I take a little bit less fire.
Okay. So you'll take
it would be
7
7
fire and then 14 radiant.
Yep, that's what I put in. I just wanted to, for the sake of the viewers.
Okay.
Or viewer, I don't know. Maybe there's multiple.
Hi, Devin.
Hi, Devin.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
And I will end it there. It is your time. Your turn.
Hey, it's my turn. Hey, all right. Well, being the fact that she's right up in my face, and I saw how easily she shook off that attack, or my freezing wind, I'm going to, since she's right in melee range, I'm going to cast Primal Savagery and take an attack on her.
Okay.
This is not, it's a cantrip though, so it's not going to break my concentration on Investiture of Ice. Oh, I need to do a con save on that. Hold on.
Okay.
What would the save be on that? I took 21 points of damage, so...
It would be 11 or more.
Okay. Okay, saved. Not a problem. And then Primal Savagery does a 23 hit.
23 will hit.
Okay, cool. That is... I haven't used this in a while, so where's my dice? There they are. All right. Good start. All right. So that with you see my icy nails kind of grow and get poisonous at the tips, and I am going to swipe out at her, and that is going to be 23 points of acid damage.
Okay. 23. Got it. And she is looking mildly annoyed, angry. You see the wall of light shimmer very briefly, but it is still standing.
And then I'm just gonna before my turn ends, I'm just gonna look at her and be like, "Come on, I'm still fun."
Okay. And Thok, it is your turn.
Okay. Seeing that I did not shake it, I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration on myself to end the effect of blindness.
Okay. And so as you are unblinded, you see this 60-foot wall of just light. And you can see Alder and Adorna on the other end.
Okay. Did I see how Thor and Loki went to quote unquote unconscious / asleep? Like, was it like a spell? Was it?
It was a spell. It was
okay. I'm gonna run over to Loki. It would be an action to slap him in the face and tell him to wake up.
It would.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm going to bonus action. Oh, no, I cast Lesser Restoration. Never mind. New character. Who this?
It's not.
I know it's not. I'm just gonna. Do I have my shield? No, I don't think I grabbed it. I grabbed the clips and that's it. Okay, that's. I'm just gonna kneel down next to Loki and get ready for my next turn.
Okay. So she is going to, let's see here, take out her longsword, and she's going to go ahead and swipe at you twice there, Alder.
Already.
And so you've seen Asgardian weaponry before. These are two just very, well, it's one. It's a very long, kind of curved, almost elven blade that has all of this filigree that you would assume would be Asgardian. So I am bad at math, so I need to add this like a baby.
That's
You want to add it out loud? We can help you.
No, it's does a 22 hit?
Yes.
Okay. So you are going to take, and I'm just going to do the flat. You're going to take 22 slash, 27 radiant.
Oh.
As it lights up. She's no joke, dude. Maybe you should have just been a stable boy. And she gets up and she goes, "Now, don't think I'm going to kill you. Of course not. This isn't our first scuff, and I'm sure it won't be our last."
And then, does that end her turn?
That does end her turn.
Then I'm just gonna look at her and then I'll be like, "Come on." In that case, apparently we've been married before. You've had your fun. Now that we know what we're in, unless we've known it before and you've wiped our minds completely, I don't really understand how any of that quite works. We have really important things we have to get to. Is there any chance you can let us go?
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion, -1. That's a 4.
She looks at you and she goes, "I know, Ragnarok. Asgard's already gone. Apocalypse is coming. Just have a party until the end of the world." And go ahead and roll an insight.
That I'm decent at. Oh, but I rolled like shit. It's kind of cocked, but I'll just go with it. 12.
So you can see that she is kind of sad when she says that.
I'd be like, I mean, not saying that we could bring Asgard back, but we can at least. I don't know shit about religion and traveling with Thor and Loki. I've learned a little bit, but I've heard them say before that I think it was something like Asgard's people, not the place, or something along those lines. We can't bring it back, but we can at least bring you to a place to where you can be home and it can feel like home. But unless we can try and stop Ragnarok, there's no fucking chance that happens.
So I will say, with your conversation, I'll say you have a bonus action and movement left.
Okay.
What were you gonna do? I'm sorry, Alder.
What I was gonna say is, in that case, I'm not going to attack. I'm just going to put my hands up. I'm going to drop my spell, and I'm just going to disengage and take a step back.
Okay. And she doesn't take the opportunity against you.
And I'm just gonna put my hands up and be like, we can try and help, and potentially you can try and help us. But ball's in your court. Otherwise, you could keep killing me for the rest of your life.
Fuck, you're up.
I'm gonna look at Loki and I'm gonna say, "Wake up!" and slap him in the face.
You are immediately jolted awake by a giant orc hand that just slaps you across the face.
Ow!
Welcome to Earth.
Good morning, Earth.
Asgard.
Asgard.
That.
Asgard.
Deal with that.
And Loki hops up immediately to get a... Kaden, stop. To get a, a lay of the situation.
Okay. Go ahead and roll initiative for me.
While he does that, I'm gonna use half my movement to get up.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming prone,
Crouched,
kneel,
yep.
whatever. And then I'll come over here. 4. And that'll be my turn.
Okay.
You don't have 2 attacks?
No, not yet. One more level.
Ah, damn it.
Loki,
I got 16.
16. Okay. Okay, new round is up. It is Adorna's turn. And she's just going to look at you, Alder, and she's going to go, "We've had this conversation before. Many times." And she's just going to, her full forearm is going to be wrapped in that fire radiant magic, and she's going to hold her action. Alder, you're back up.
Then I'm just gonna look at her and be like, we're gonna keep having this conversation again, 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 again. The only way we could stop having this conversation and go back to living is if you let us go. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to hold an action. I'm just going to use the boots again. And that is just enough to teleport me to the other side.
Okay.
And I'm just going to go over, seeing that Loki's moving, Thor's not moving, and I'm just going to... I would I've heard the slap of...
I'll say for
on
brevity
cheeks.
you haven't, but you can see that Loki is up and he has a giant red welt on his face.
Owie.
And I'm just going to go ahead and give Thor a slap on the face to try and wake his ass up now.
And you are immediately met with Alder's hand smacking you across the face there, Thor.
Oh my god, why did you do that? That seems a bit... Oh god, what?
You're asleep. She is strong. I'm trying to reason with her. I'm not good at it. Help.
Thor, go ahead and roll initiative. While you do that, Loki, it is your turn.
Okay.
And I said that loud enough so he could hear it too.
Oh, yeah, I was already planning. So what I'm going to do is cast haste on myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then use my movement to come around here. I think I can get... I was here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah. So I will get over there real quick and say, Adorna, I've come to bargain.
And she's just going to sigh. Anything else you're going to do on your turn?
No.
Okay, Thok, you are up.
I'm gonna hold my action to see how this plays out.
Okay, what are you holding it for?
I'm holding Toll the Dead on her if she becomes hostile in any way.
Okay. And Loki, I will say, you see this archaic green flame energy that is crawling from her forearm up to her palm. Thor, what did you get?
A modded 20.
Modded 20. So, right there. So, Adorna is going to say, and what's the bargain, Loki?
Can I want to? So this is someone that Thor and I know, right? We've known her before.
I would say that you had a different relationship with her than Thor because you were both sorcerers. You were both more in similar classes. You know that she is a very, very talented sorcerer.
Okay.
Even when you were teenagers, and now she's, grown.
Okay. Then I will say you have always been a fantastic sorceress. And if you help us, we can stop Ragnarok and I can make you... And I look over to the right to kind of see if Thor can see through the light.
Yeah.
I say, Queen of the real Asgard.
Go ahead and roll a deception check.
14.
Okay.
Up to the dice.
Okay. So she looks at you and she goes, "No, I'm not her." And so she's going to push forward. Go ahead. I need to do a spell attack, but it's going to be at disadvantage because energy blasts are ranged spells. Does a 18 hit?
It does not.
Okay. And you see this fire inferno kind of blast that just moves and pushes back as you are able to quickly dodge it.
Was that from her?
That is from her.
Then she needs to do I think it's wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
She got a 22.
She succeeds. Nothing
So-
happens.
There's a brief ring in her ear as she... Okay, it looks like you're all awake now. Thor, you're up.
Cool. So what I'm going to do is, I'm sure I can see past Alder and see her kind of going at Loki. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swing the hammer from sitting down, and I'm going to kind of just fly over the wall and land. Oh, I have to click the right thingy and land right here. I don't want to be at a distance. I want to be in melee with her, but non-aggressive. I want to kind of come down to a nice landing if I can.
Okay. And you softly land.
Adorna.
Thor.
It doesn't have to be this way. We are here to save who is left of the old Asgard. Come with them. Come with us.
And she looks over at you, and you can see she has like tears welling in her eyes, and she goes, "I'm not you. I'm not a hero."
I'm not asking you to be a hero. I'm asking you to be Asgardian. I'm asking you to just help me. I'm not the same person I was years and years and millennia ago.
She goes, "I know, your hair's shorter."
Yeah, that was an attempt to disguise myself. It was whatever. No, never mind. It's not important. Things things are bad. And I'll kind of like gesture over to my arm.
Mm-hmm.
We need all the help we can get. If you are powerful enough to pull the wool over our eyes and keep the destroyer under your control, you are our most powerful ally and someone we would like to be on our side.
Just imagine what you and I could do together.
Don't listen to Loki. Just focus here.
Trying to fucking help you.
Alder, you're up.
Are you trying to help you? Are you trying to help? Or are you trying to help me? Or are you trying to help you?
I'm trying to help all of us. I'm just trying to stop fucking end of the world, dude. Like, that shit sounds bad.
Fucking right.
Fucking dude.
And then I'm just going to use the last charge in my boots and teleport back around to the other side.
Yep.
Let me make sure I can do it. Yeah, we're good. And I'm actually gonna go further back so that way I'm not in direct contact with her, and I'll be like, again, I don't understand the religion thing, but we could really use your help on this. And I'm just coming at this from a guy who didn't expect this was going to be his life. So, bye.
Okay. And Thok, you're up.
I'm going to, seeing everybody essentially on the other side of that wall. Nobody went through it.
No, you
No.
can go through it.
This is gonna hurt like a bitch.
Correct.
Just jump over it.
Can I?
Pole
That would
vault.
be an acrobatics check.
It's only 10 feet. You're like, what, 1,000,000 feet tall?
Just step over it.
Right.
Just like in the Olympics. Just
That's my acrobatics. Oh, hell no. Okay. I'm taking the scenic route, so I guess I'll go 5, 6. And I'll dash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
Or can I cut corners?
Yeah, I'll say you got that. And if you want to say anything, you can.
No. Can I hold a bonus action or no?
Depends on the bonus act. No, you can only hold an action.
Okay. Alright. That's it.
Okay. And she's just gonna kind of slowly smile, and you see the wall of light disappear. And she kind of moves her arm over that was holding the long sword, and when she turns her hand over, it's gone. And she goes, looks at you, Thok, and goes, "You got 30 seconds."
I'm aware. So do you.
So she's gonna go to the throne and she's just gonna sit down. So if you would like to continue initiative, you may. If not, I can break initiative.
I'm okay with breaking initiative, but I'd like to go over to the throne before anyone else can.
The destroyer comes back in 30 seconds.
I'm not worried about that. She's got it under her control, I think, still.
She's not, and she's not sitting in your father's seat. She's actually sitting in where you would sit.
Got it. I'm gonna go up to her, and I'm gonna look at Loki, Alder, and Thok, and just be like, "Let me just give us a minute. I promise, nothing worse than what's already happened is going to happen." Kind of a high bar, but
whatever you say. And Loki sits
Boy, just
down,
gonna-
crisscross applesauce, casts Mage Hand, and begins playing rock, paper, scissors.
and your boy just gonna walk all the way over here, knowing that a destroyer could potentially come back, and that it seems like a bad time.
So I'm gonna walk up the steps, and I'm gonna stop at Odin's seat, and I'm gonna kind of look at it, and I'm gonna stand.
Roll a perception check for me.
Oh, natural 20. For a 21.
With your natural 20, you can tell that his chair, your mother's chair, I'll say, and the four chairs, which would be your wife's, yours, Talos's, and Loki's, where you would expect, because it's been so long, there would be dust everywhere. They've all been cleaned and polished, it looks like.
I'm gonna smile. Are you the one who's been taking care of this disgusting cesspool of death and despair?
And you see her, and she kind of puts her hands together and stretches her legs out, so she kind of slouches in the chair a bit, and she goes, "Old habits die hard."
You know, it's good to see you in the palace again. It's been a long time. To be fair, I've been missing for 900 years, so, you know, give or take.
Yep, about 926, but who's counting?
I can't count that high, so maybe Loki. And I'm going to kind of turn back and look at him and see him just
Playing rock, paper, scissors.
losing to
myself.
himself, but also winning. I'll never understand that guy.
I will say during that time, there is a crack as there is a massive green metal armor that appears. But you see Adorno look up, and the destroyer just stays in place with its beam low.
So, how long have you had control of him?
It took a bit, but past three or so months, a little bit before you got here.
Okay. So you weren't in control of him when I came to visit and he tried to kill me?
No. I did watch, though.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
It was excellent.
Oh.
So, does this mean you're coming with us?
It's TBA, or TBD. However, you came here for a reason.
We came to liberate the people of Asgard and take them to the Isle of the Stormlord.
And she kind of gets up and she gets kind of close to you, and she's like, "You're only seeing here.
What do you mean?
I've been keeping Anja's body clean, fresh for eventual burial. I knew you would want to do it yourselves, and now seems a better time than any."
You assumed we would break out.
And she
Eventually.
looks at you and she squeezes your bicep, the good one, and she goes, "Always have a feeling." And she kind of gently takes her hand off and starts going to the back, and she goes, "I have her back here. I've been putting in a spell just to make sure that she still stays preserved. There's no mummification, there's no rot. She is just as when you brought her, albeit cleaner, through prestidigitation and how we used to preserve bodies."
And I'll look at the group and I'll signal, I'll give a thumbs up, and I'll follow her back to Anja. And, you know, Adorna, it would be great if you did come with us. I know it's TBD, but you'd love Midgard.
And
I would ask you not to take control of anyone that was on the island, but you know, whatever. You do what you're gonna do, I guess.
And she goes, there's an island.
Yeah, there's an island that long time ago when I was more prominent than I am currently. The people on Midgard made an island for me, and it was called the Island of the Stormlord. My followers stayed there. Some of them have remained there. So that's where we're going to put the people of Asgard and the people of Valoria for now.
And she's just kind of quiet, thoughtful. Eventually you get to this gold kind of, you would recognize it as essentially what the war room was. So there's this massive just gold-plated table, but on top of it, you see kind of with her armor on, her hands to her breast, and a cross there, eyes closed, and just this kind of like silk sheet you can kind of see her through, just kind of like draped, as you see Queen Anja resting.
Thank you. You didn't have to do this, but I appreciate that you did.
I needed leverage, right?
Leverage. Oh, now comes the ask.
No. I've already asked you to stay many, many, many times.
Why would I stay? You want Ragnarok to happen.
It's already happened.
What do you mean? Asgard isn't the center of the world.
And she goes, we could bury her by the world tree.
I think that's a good place.
I think so too.
And I will walk over and I will pick up Anja, and I will, I guess I'll fireman's carry Anja.
Okay.
And because I don't have another arm.
Right.
And start walking. I'll gesture to Adorna and just say, lead the way.
Yeah, and she leads you back to the main chamber there. Loki, Alder, and Thok, what are you doing in the meantime as you have this hulking suit of armor that is just adorned in where it's usually, Loki, you've seen it silver. You can see it's been corrupted by Adorna, so it's got a green tinge to it. There seems to be like natural spikes that have grown out of it, and it's just waiting.
When it came back, I would have looked at Glover and said, "Good game." Stood up and started walking around the destroyer. Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
The destroyer.
Yes.
Just looking at it, admiring, trying to understand the magical properties that she used to get it under her control, as it's something that I've not ever been able to do.
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Okay. No whammies. Cadence, chill out. 23.
23. So you've seen it kind of before when you were younger, just at a smaller scale, occasionally having bullies punching themselves in the face involuntarily, or people tripping involuntarily. It's an enchantment. And she has some kind of charm. It seems like it's a charm of her own device that has been inlaid onto the destroyer.
I might want to do something. Give me 1 second. If you want to pop to someone else.
Yep, I have Alder and Thok. What are you guys doing?
Just really just recollecting to myself that how long this has been, but yeah, I have a couple things prepared for being able to assist when we do find the area to lay her to rest. So that's really all it is. I'm just kind of letting Thor know that, since he's carrying the weight, and I want to be able to do my part.
Okay. And Thok?
I'm gonna warily move around to this side and just keep a watch on it. Just ready to go into defense if I have to.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Oh, that's gone. 7. Perception. 17.
You can see that it is not moving, almost like it is a suit of armor. It's not like breathing. Shoulders aren't going up and down. It is just waiting.
Got it.
And eventually, Thor and Adorna come out, and you see Thor is kind of holding Anja on his shoulder.
Seems you two have worked something out.
We are going to bury Anja near Yggdrasil.
Hmm.
Feel like that's an appropriate place. No?
No, I agree. Are you good with that, Adorna?
And she looks at you and she goes, yes, I think it would be quite lovely, but perhaps something less carrying her like a sack. And you see this is when the destroyer moves and it turns towards you, Thor, and there's just this rush of adrenaline you get because you've been by the destroyer before, and it kneels on one knee and it puts its arms out.
Okay. And I'm gonna kind of like, I'm gonna try and do it as gently as I can. Where I'm gonna kind of like drop her into my arm and then lay her in
Loki
the
will
arms of the destroyer.
come up and help.
Okay. And eventually the two of you are able to get it, and you hear the metal whining and creaking as it gets back up.
As the destroyer stands up holding her, I look to Adorna and say, can you teach me to do that?
And she looks at you and you see kind of a smirk, and she goes, I need to get something out of it first, so let me think.
Well, you were inside me, so I think you've gotten enough out of it.
And she looks at you and she goes, but you liked it.
Oh, I did love it.
So, while the five of you, no, destroyer 6, as she goes, okay, everyone in the center?
I move to the center.
Same.
And you see that there is in shock, because didn't want to break anything, there is a teleportation circle, and Adorna just kind of moves, puts her hands up, and there is another green kind of just, and you guys are teleported to the roots of this portion of the world tree on Asgard, as the destroyer is going to gently go back down to one knee and gently place Queen Anja onto the ground so you guys can make preparations.
And I'm gonna look at Alder and be like, how's this for some religion, huh?
Certainly something, and I'd be like, I'll just turn and be like, I'll get to digging, and I'm gonna cast mold earth so that way I can excavate an area of land for her.
Okay. So you start to, you make this 6 by 6 foot hole.
As when Alder says that he's going to start digging, Loki like cracks his knuckles preparing to help. And then as soon as he sees that Alder does mold earth, he's like, oh, okay. And then sits back down.
And you hear Adorna. She's slightly higher than you. You see her, she just kind of floats and flies up and then sits on the destroyer's shoulder. And she goes, you've been a sorcerer for what? A day?
2 days. Thank you very much.
To be fair, he was posing as a Fearbolg something or other for quite some time. Yet another thing we must discuss, brother.
I think you understand everything. I don't know why we have to go into it any more than we already have. Anyway, back to Anja.
Okay. So the four of you have, I would say, Alder, you were able to kind of move the mold earth under her and gently kind of place her in as you have the hole open.
I'm gonna lean down in to the earth and put 2 gold pieces on her eyes. Lean out and kind of look at Alder and nod. And just kind of like stand around giving last respects and whatnot.
And I'll cast Mold Earth again to start filling in.
Okay. Anything you guys want to do, Loki, Thok?
I'm going to cast Minor Illusion just above the gravesite to create a small recreation of what's it called? Aurora Borealis. Just pretty lights, and at the base of it is a transparent 3D silhouette of Valoria that, as the ground fills up, goes down with her, so that Valoria is always with her.
Thok?
No, I'm just gonna pay my respects by like praying to Palor and doing my burial rites. Not the spell ceremony because I already did, but
Yeah.
still paying my respects and chanting. Is that what I do? Yeah, that.
While you do that, Adorna does a very old kind of, and it's an all tongue, so all of you would understand it. But she reads or says, "Lo, there do I see my father, and lo, there do I see my mother, and my sisters and my brothers. There do I see the line of my people back to the beginning, and lo, they do call to me. They bid me to take my place among them in the halls of Valhalla, where the brave may live forever."
Beautiful.
And Loki wipes a tear from his eye.
And Adorna is going to jut a massive, she's going to get up, and there's a massive spike that is on the destroyer, and you see her kind of kick it off and throw it like a pike kind of to the ground, and she goes, "Maybe you can make a sword out of that." Island of Storms, yeah?
Yeah. You know, technically, the destroyer's ours, so I'll let you keep it if you give me one of the arms, preferably the left one.
I will say the arm is massive on the destroyer, and she goes, "You want a giant arm?"
I mean, we know well, we don't know. Those two, and I'm going to point over to Alder and Thok, know a smart man, person, dwarf thing, right, on Midgard, who might be able to make a more compact, better version of it, or the end goal is to go to Nidavellir and see Moradin, and he can do just about anything.
Oh, Moradin's still alive. And you see her, and she snaps more of these pikes off, and eventually you get a good, like, bundle of just the destroyer metal. But it's crude, but it is that metal. As she goes, "I need both of my arms for my my bodyguard here."
Fine. I'm gonna reach over to Thok for the bag of holding with my one arm and just start loading it up with this metal. So does this mean you're coming with us to the Isle of Storms?
and she kind of smiles, and she goes, "That's still TBD." And you see the destroyer kind of move back as she's kind of on the, laying on it, sitting on the shoulder, has her arm wrapped around the neck as she looks back at you, and she goes, "Maybe I'll see you on the island." As you see this massive kind of dimension door open.
Before she leaves, I want to make sure to say, keep in touch this time. I don't want to go 927 years without hearing from you again.
And she smirks and she goes, "I'll find my ways." As she kind of pushes through, and all of you can take a perception check if you'd like to see where she's going.
Natural 1.
Okay. Pat, do me a favor and roll a d4 for me.
1.
Okay. What the rest of you guys get?
16.
Okay.
27.
27.
21.
21. So all of you but Thor, because you're kind of distracted with all the things going on. You see that where she's walking into it looks very similar to Midgard. However, it is massive and lush. There are giant butterflies and flowers everywhere. And you see the very remnants of like a boar that is all green with peacock feathers that come out as the dimension door closes.
Now, when you say dimension door, do you mean a literal dimension door or just a door to another dimension?
Why?
Because if you mean literal dimension door, she's not more than 500 feet away.
No, it's a door. It's not the spell dimension door.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna, as I see like that boar that you described, I'm just gonna kind of look over the fuck and be like, I'm gonna learn how to fucking summon those.
What are we talking about?
I'll walk over to Thok 2 and ask if I can have one of the pieces of metal to study.
I just hold the bag.
I have the bag.
Who has? Oh, I thought Thok had the bag.
I never gave it to you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You gestured for it.
We have 2 bags now.
It's canon.
Oh no.
Put the bag inside of another bag. Okay, I ask whoever has the bag. I say, can I have one of those pieces?
Can I have it back?
Yeah, I just want one piece. You can have the bag.
I mean, I'm just saying, you've taken things of mine before and not given them back, so...
Oh
do
my god.
Do I need to remind you of my wedding day?
Are you still on this? Come on, we're family.
Yeah.
What's yours is mine.
And
I love you.
that's not how the saying goes.
It's how
right?
I don't know what you mean. As I kind of gesture to give me the bag.
Gimme.
If you don't give this back to me, I'm gonna stab you with another piece of it.
Okay, that's fine. Even though
And
I've
I'll
got
give him
piece
a
now.
piece.
I'm gonna just stab you back, and it was stabbing each other for eternity.
And I will win. We've fought many times, brother. You do not remember.
Yeah, but this time I have a scar, so
So
You are much
clearly
more
the
edgy.
victor.
yeah, you're more intimidated now.
I am a little frightened of you. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, I can see it in
Guys.
your eyes.
Guys,
Yes, Pinecone?
we've been here for over 3 months. Can we wrap this up so we can figure out what our next move is?
Sure. Someone get a hold of Creed and make sure they're not dead. And I'm gonna immediately kneel in front of Alder and try and talk to Heimdall.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead and roll a religion check.
Natural 20
Natural
for
20.
21. It's a
Okay.
game of balance.
Jesus.
After a while, you see your Heimdall in his armor. You can see the fresh gash that's over his nose. That you could tell he's been fighting, but doesn't seem tired. And he looks at you and he goes, "There you are."
Where are you?
Hiding.
Asgard is free of destroyers and all perilous things. So
And
we're
he
here
looks, and
get-
You see him cross his arms.
we're here to get the remaining Asgardians. Take them to the Isle of Storms. You can be there as well. Let's do it. Come on.
We're not on Asgard.
Where are you?
It's complicated.
That's not a great answer.
We're on a different plane.
Okay. It's safe on the Isle of Storms. It's safe. It's an island surrounded by a storm, and you'll be with a damn near ancient copper dragon. Helmet. It's okay.
Though
You
you
can-
know I see everything right.
Yeah, no, I know you do, but everyone doesn't. I'm not used to talking to someone all the time who sees everything. It's not like when we were kids, 900 years ago.
And he kind of like looks out, and you could tell it's been a while for him seeing Asgard. And he goes, "I forgot what it looked like when it wasn't smoking."
Yeah, now it's just a lot of big rocks.
Yeah, I see that.
So, meet us here, meet us there.
I know the way. I can meet you at the your temple, or at least the Asgardians. Though they're going to have to expand on the storm.
What do you mean?
While you've been gone for 3 months, they've built camps outside of just the temple.
We'll expand. Don't worry. It'll be good to see you.
And you see him, and it looks like he's looking off at something that you can't see or you can't hear, and he goes, "I have to go."
See you soon.
And he just kind of nods, and you see him start walking, and he kind of dissipates.
Okay. Asgardians are going to be sent there via Bifrost, so that's good. Anyone have any connection with Jessica?
Loki starts to talk like, not the kind of connection you're looking for.
Nope.
What do you want me to say?
Just ask where they are and if they're safe.
I'm gonna cast Sending on Creed
Okay.
and say, "Hey Jessica, it's Thok. Did you make it to the Isle of Storms all right? Crazy story in Asgard now.
Loki
I'll
misses
go
you.
into detail. Loki misses, and it cuts off.
No, you got 4 more words.
Ah, fuck! I was hoping that was
Loki misses.
it. Loki misses you. You can reply.
Okay, there's a few moments, and you hear a very confused but pleasantly surprised Jessica, and she goes, "Yeah, we made it to the Isle. We've been here for a bit. Can't wait to hear all about it. I'll see you guys soon, hopefully."
Do you relay that to the group?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then I'll
Sorry,
just
word
say
for word.
there's literally no point in sending it if Alder can get us back like right now.
I mean, yeah, we've been here for 3 months, so I can plane shift us again. I didn't use the spell slot that high fighting Adorna.
Well, I'm gonna
Sweet.
go back to my chambers and grab all my shit.
No, that was
You can.
an illusion.
You can though. The illusion was kind of like a blanket over it. Those places were real. It's just you had your equipment with you. So Thok very realistically could go and get it.
Yeah.
I will follow Thok and say, "Oh, you forgot the part where she said she misses me too." And then
Yes.
pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter.
Yes, I did.
I'm gonna make
I
sure
lie.
that I have Mjolnir and Jarnbjorn, and that the dragon scale armor is in the bag of holding. But I have everything, and I'm good.
Dragon scales in there. Jarnbjorn, all of your stuff has been untouched.
Cool. I'm good to go. I'm just gonna hang out with Alder. Anything cool happen while I was asleep, or
She hits really fucking hard.
seems right? We all kind of do. It's just been a while for me and Loki. I think Loki's been hiding. He's not much of a scrapper. At least he wasn't when we were kids. And I've been in a parallel dimension with no one to keep me company for 927 years.
Huh, that's no time at all, really.
I mean, blink of an eye, you know?
Basically, yeah.
So
And then I guess I'll just take out the rod and I'll start getting ready to plane shift us back as soon as they get back. And I'll be like, I'll turn it into ice. That was fun.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
It's a new thing I can do.
Why don't you tell me that? That's really cool.
I'll do it again, but I'm kind of spent on it. And if I do it again, I can't get us back to Midgard. So,
Fair.
but yeah, no, it was cool. And then that's how I realized how strong she is. And then I got hurt really bad. I'll be fine.
I'm gonna smile and go, you called it Midgard. I like that.
I guess when you're stuck in a place for 3 months without even realizing it, things catch on.
I'm gonna take one more while he's preparing to. I'm gonna turn my back and kind of just get one more good look at the throne room. Walk up the stairs, and kind of just put my hand on Sif's chair on like the armrest.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of breathe in deeply, and turn back and walk towards Alder.
Okay.
It's kind of all right.
Yeah, no, never better. I'm ready to get back to Midgard and start fucking shit up.
Yeah, and I've been traveling with you for long enough to know that that's bullshit. So.
You didn't roll insight. You don't know.
29, bitch.
Cool. Do I get to roll deception? It's a +3, so there's
Yeah,
no
go
way I
ahead.
can beat it.
Inside is
But I
golf
still want
rules.
to try. Perfect. 7.
Yeah, I've been traveling with you long enough to know that that was a fucking lie.
Alder, I don't know if you're aware. I just told you that I've been gone for 927 years. The woman that I love is dead. My son was killed by a man who just took 3/4 of my arm. My brother has secrets upon secrets and hasn't told me damn near one of them yet. And here we are, in my home that has been destroyed, and my people have been refugeed. How would you be doing?
And then I'm just going to reach into my pack, and I'm just going to pull out a flask, pour a little drink, and then just be like, yeah, you need that.
Much appreciated. Oh, and then Thor's going to look around and see if there's any casks of ale or wine or anything in the hall.
You do know where all the booze is stashed in the hall, and after a while, you find.
I'm going to look at Alder and go, don't leave without me. And then I'm going to swing Mjolnir and just take off.
Okay. So while you do that, we will go back to Thok and Loki. Loki, what have you been doing?
So I was following Thok and kind of just talking his ear off. Like, okay, so that enchantment seems like something that I could probably handle if you helped me out a bit, but I don't know exactly how you can help, and I'm sure you can because you're connected with plenty of gods. On top of that, what I'm thinking is if, and then he just out of nowhere, it's just he loses his train of thought, and then hold on, give me 1 second. He says, I'm gonna go find my room. So he takes whatever chance to split, to navigate away from Thok and to where his old room was.
Okay.
Okay.
Dope. So Thok, you're metaphorically and literally ditched as you go and you get your stuff. Loki, what are you looking for in your room?
Give me one. How far from the room am I?
I'll say like, maybe like a hallway or two away from it.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'll walk toward my room, and as I get into the door, Loki puts his hand on the handle on the knob or whatever's there, takes a deep breath, and enters. Partially to just remember what it was like to be here before everything was destroyed, and after he takes a moment to kind of soak it in, to hopefully retain everything he can, he looks for anything that could be of use, any books, any armor, items, weapons, anything of his that could be used to help in the oncoming war that we're about to get into.
okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
All right. At super advantage, right?
Just a regular.
Oh, regular, nice. Modded 20.
Okay. Modded 20. You look about. You kind of run your hands over your different tapestries that you had. And I will say you find you find a spell book, which we'll talk about later because I haven't decided what it is yet. You find a book of Asgardian lore. And you find a book on Greek lore.
Book on Greek lore. Okay. And are there any trinkets or symbols that I used to have that I might be able to take with me? Necklaces, anything?
I will say, as you kind of look around and look about, you do end up around this kind of wardrobe that's closed, as it compared to like you have another wardrobe that just looks like it's just full of just robes and essentially kimonos and just leisure wear.
Moody capes.
Just lots of moody capes, right? And eventually you get to it, and you open up the wardrobe, and you see your old Asgardian armor.
Ooh. I got my moody cape on.
Your armor does also have a moody cape.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Do me a favor, Loki. Can you describe to me what your armor looks like?
Oh, I can if you give me some time.
Okay. While you think, because I'm going to assume you're going to wear it out, kind of like when you get new shoes when you were like a kid, and you're like, I'm going to wear them out of the store, and your mom's like, don't do that, you're going to fuck them up. So we will go back to Thor. So Thor, you were back in the Great Hall, and I will say, of things that are still intact and safe to consume, you find 3 casks of Asgardian ale, 14 bottles of Asgardian wine. And all the way in the back, because you know where to look for it, because he always hid it from you, but you didn't think he knew that you knew, you find 1/2 bottle of your father's whiskey. Which you know that 1 drop will get you fucked up. It's meant for a god. The god of gods. The king of kings. So while you do that, I'm gonna... What are you gonna bring with you? All of it?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna bring as much as I can. I'm gonna put all of the bottles into the bag of holding.
Okay.
The whiskey stays in my satchel because I don't anticipate me being the one that holds the bag of holding for any particular reason. I'm gonna hold it for now, but when someone else asks for it, I'm gonna hand it over. So the whiskey stays on me, and then I wouldn't be able to get the casks because they're huge in the bag, would I?
No, you would not.
Yeah, so I think I started the campaign with 3 flasks attached to my hip.
Yep.
So I'll pull those out, and I will dunk them in the casks, and I will take as much as I can. And I'll also take a sip for myself out of the cask, and then I'll hide the remaining casks so I know that if I were to come back, where they would be.
Okay. So you slowly kind of walk back over, you put the hammer up, take one last look, and you're off.
I'm off.
And eventually you land, and I'll say by that time, Thok, you're back to the area where Alder is. Alder, I'm just guessing you're preparing everything?
Yeah, just really getting everything prepped and prepared, and just kind of clearing the space to make sure that we can go ahead and do this and get to the Isle of Storms.
Right. Okay.
Thankfully, we've been to the temple, so we really shouldn't have any issue.
Yeah. So, while you do that, Loki,
Yes.
should I give you more time?
No, I've got it.
Okay.
So,
So, tell me about it.
Loki's Asgardian armor is similar to what you might expect. There's a lot of green and gold with hints of deep brown leather for attachment pieces for mobility. Throughout the armor, you see Penrose triangles in interlocking shapes. So it has the illusion of chainmail. Would it still be the same sort of armor that I have now, I'd imagine?
Possibly.
Okay, so we'll figure it out later, but it's either real Penrose triangles interlocking to make chainmail, or the illusion or the facade of Penrose triangles, which...
I will say, not to interrupt, if you're okay with it, I would say it's an armor of cold resistance, and it is scale mail.
Okay, yes, so the scales are in the visage of a Penrose triangle, which, to clarify, is the triangle where it looks like it's twisting the whole time. I got an image of it, doesn't really help here, but it's a triangle with what appears to be infinite sides. And as Loki moves, it's almost as if the chainmail, there's an energy moving through the scale, not the chain, the scales. And that is largely what you will see. And of course a cape.
And you do have your horned helmet.
Oh yes, my old horn helmet. Which I may file down those gaudy horns.
So I will say it really depends on you if you want the full helm, or you kind of like what it was in Ragnarok or in Loki, where it's just kind of this band that has the horns on it. You can pick.
No, currently there are the old school like giant horns, but I reserve the right to file them down to make them more reasonable.
Okay. So, as you guys are all getting ready, Thor, you see a very familiar but unfamiliar sight as you see your brother wearing his Asgardian armor that he was gifted during the Godslayer tournament that he never wore essentially again.
Oh my god.
Look what I
haven't
found!
seen- Oh no.
Don't get mad because
Oh.
you didn't get voted best dressed.
You know, going up against you in a tournament like that would be like going against me in a tournament of strength. So, you know,
I don't. Please explain.
I'm stronger than you.
Debatable. As Loki's just excited to have his garb back on, so he's kind of like doing this old thing. Hold on.
And it fits like a glove. All right. So, anything else you guys want to do before departing?
Nope, I'm good.
No.
Also, Loki, I will say the armor is in your equipment now.
Hell yeah, dude.
I went in my room last time. There wasn't anything in there of my old stuff, right?
There was not.
I didn't think so.
Okay, so if all of that is said and done, Alder, take it away.
And then I'll just go ahead and take the metal fork and golden fork and start making some pointings to the ground and get everybody all around me, and I will cast plane shift to bring us back to the material plane and to the Isle of Storms.
Okay. There is a flash as you guys are able to kind of go through, and you are met with the downpour of the storm as you guys are in an open field, and you can see kind of this etching that was put through the plane shift as you guys are starting to just get soaked.
Sorry. And I'm gonna use my ability as a sorcerer and just stop the rain.
Altogether or just in your area?
Just in our area. So it'll like follow us like a bubble.
Okay. So this kind of enclosure goes around you as there's this dry patch that you guys are walking through. Everything is muddy because all the dirt is obviously saturated. I think I described it before. There is very tall purple grass that you can see the static electricity dancing between them as you guys begin walking towards where the temple is. Anything that you guys want to talk about before you get there?
Watch out for that grass.
Okay.
All right.
So eventually, as you get to closer to the camp, the grass slowly starts almost look like it's been dead or fried or burnt off. There's nothing, it's just bald. As you guys see in the distance, the Temple of Storms, and amongst it you see different lanterns and tents, and you see that there have been makeshift kind of buildings that it looks like people are still working on.
I will cast Dancing Lights. And Thor, do you have a symbol of any kind?
It's a hammer
Just a hammer?
in a circle.
Okay. Let me see how many lights I have. I think it's 4? Yeah, 4. Okay, so I will have one light just making a huge circle and the other making a hammer to lead us as we walk into the area, the
Okay.
thing. What's it called?
The camp, essentially.
Camp. Yes, camp. That one.
As you guys start walking, you see that there is a lot of development these past 3 months, and you can tell that these are Valorians. As you're walking through the surviving Valorians that have little huts and areas that they're able to kind of keep dry and live in, and you kind of see this brightness return to their eyes as they're looking at the magic, and eventually you start hearing a very slow kind of clapping that eventually comes to a thunderous applause as everyone is very happy that you're home and that you saved them. Did you start? Do you want to say you started the slow clap?
Yeah.
Clap?
Oh, Loki definitely started the slow clap. But
Roll that persuasion.
he used
See if
Glover.
you do it. I say we let him go.
Persuasion, 17.
Yeah, you start that slow clap, just like the end of Not Another Teen Movie. You got it.
All hail Thor and Loki. And Think and Alder, but mostly Loki.
As the four of you eventually get to the Storm Temple, you push through and you're immediately met with this warm kind of air and almost like a smell of cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
As you kind of walk in, and before, where everything was scorched and there are dead bodies everywhere, you see things have been rubbed down, polished, cleaned. There are rugs. There are a lot of fucking chairs. There are tables, and eventually you get to the far end, almost like a main chamber, and sitting by a hearth that you can see they're slowly blowing at. You see Vindrin, and she looks more like you saw her before. She's not in that Amazon form. She's back into that smaller form that she was most comfortable in. As she's kind of sitting and reading a book, and she looks up and she goes, smiles, and she goes, "You're back."
Hello, we see you've been busy.
Yes, we had to prepare. How was Asgard? How was your holiday, apparently?
Much longer than intended, I think.
And far from a holiday for sure.
Figured. Well, come in, eat. I'm sure you're hungry.
We'll go in and sit down.
Yeah. Eventually you get to this massive hall, and there are several places that are set. So like plates, cups, chairs, forks, knives. And eventually you see Abigail kind of come out, and she has like flour on her face, and she kind of looks out and she goes, "Holy shit. All right. You guys are back?" Oh.
For now, it is a temporary homecoming.
All right. You're going to leave for another 3 months.
Maybe more.
All right, well, as long as you're fucking hungry. She goes back into you see these like swinging doors that they had installed.
And while we have a moment of just the four of us, I'm going to kind of lean over to Thok and be like, "Hey, call your dwarf human man guy. See where he's at with the rocket."
Ashford?
Sure, I don't know.
Gonna look at him and be like,
Is Ashford a dwarf?
When did anybody say he was a dwarf?
I don't know. I kind of made that up myself. You know, it just sounded better. I don't know.
I think you need to
not a
examine
dwarf.
your biases.
He's not a dwarf, and I'm just gonna, if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dice Daddy, he's a hobgoblin, correct?
He is a hobgoblin, yes.
He's a hobgoblin, not quite a dwarf.
So what do you want me to tell him? Just to come?
No, I
the
just want to
dining?
know if he's ready. Does he have the rocket? Is it prepared? Because if it's prepared, then we have to get ready for a space expedition or something or other.
I would just say to him,
Right.
Thok and Alder, we got whisked away for a bit. How are things going? And then whatever Thok flair you want to include on that.
Alright. So I'll send to Ashford. "Hey Ashford, it's fucking Alder. How is the progress going to get us to the moon. Are we ready? We are wondering. Just reply.
Just
Oh, I thought I counted. Did I not get it right?
maybe I counted wrong.
I don't know.
Regardless, there's a moment or two that passes, and you're immediately met with a frustrated fuck. Hey, Thok. No, sorry. I'm currently welding at the moment, and definitely have the material, but still need a fuel source. And need...
Oh no. Well, he has the materials, but he needs a fuel source. And he needs something, but the message got cut off.
Can you send him another message?
I only have one slot. So, yes.
I think we're safe for tonight.
Okay.
So I would risk it for the biscuit, as it were.
I am going to cast Sending at 4th level and say, didn't catch that last part. What did you still need? Try to keep it at 25 words or less, or it will cut off.
Okay. So, after another moment, fuck, sorry about that. Yeah, no, I need a way to get it into space safely. You said that you might know a guy. Bitch.
Bitch. Yo, bitch.
He needs a way to get it to space, and is counting on us to know a guy to get it to space safely.
Didn't Loki say he had a friend who can help us?
Thor is going to look at Loki and say, Loki, do you want to share with the class?
Yes. That sounds like something I would say.
Were you lying?
I was not lying, but I do not remember. And there's no deception. He is being genuinely honest.
Loki, you have Dremel stuck in a bottle.
Dremel in a bottle. Who's Dremel?
Loki, you are, or were, Dremel. Big, Firbolg person.
You look like this, and I put on my hat of disguise and make myself look like what Loki looked like as Dremel.
Okay, and with that, he remembers. Oh, yes, of course. Oh, Dremel, yes. I do have him, but you've got to get really cool with a bunch of things real quick.
Yeah, you said that last time too.
Yeah, but I didn't say it to them. As he's like, I didn't say it to them. As he pulls out a bottle and says, or shows, voila. Here's
Why?
Dremel.
Why?
Bottle.
Well, it's not just a bottle. I did so much more than just a bottle. There's a whole town in here, and inside of there's another bottle that has Dremel. The real Dremel.
It's
So,
a bottle within a bottle.
Yeah, he's got 2 L's in his name. Or 1, I forget what I did. It's the opposite of whatever I did.
It's 2.
Okay,
what
then it's got 1.
town is in this bottle?
All right, so remember the story I told you in Stoneward of how I was framed for the destruction of my village?
Yes.
Think and Alder, you remember as well. I didn't destroy it. The village exists. It's just not there. It's... And he holds up the bottle. In here.
Why?
I knew Thor was to be in Stoneward. And I knew I needed to find Thor after decades upon centuries. And the only way I could get in was a ruse. So I made the best ruse I can. I am actually quite impressed with it. And I didn't want to hurt them. They were very nice people. So I put them in a bottle. And they're living their lives. They don't know any different. Except Dremel. He knows. But, what I'm saying is I brought us all together. So I did what I needed to do. And Dremel, he takes a breath. I didn't make up the big brain mountain boy name. I know, shocker. Yeah, that's his real name. He's an absolute genius who I could not convince to come to my side, so put him in a bottle, took his identity, figured out the whole thing with his brother, which was true, defeated his brother, and then contained their entire reality inside this little bottle. As he takes a drink out of nothing.
Yeah.
So you killed his brother, and now he's our only hope to get to Nidavellir.
Okay, yes, you're focusing on the wrong thing. I disposed of his brother, but his brother was going to kill the entire town, the entire village. Everything that Dremel had worked for was going to be gone.
Does Dremel know that?
He may or may not believe what I've said.
I want to roll insight on what Loki is saying, by the way.
Okay. And Loki, if you're being deceptive, roll a deception check.
I'm not.
Yep.
Doesn't matter, I rolled a 4.
Seems like he's being earnest.
Yes, Loki is absolutely telling the truth. He would not believe it, yeah.
So are you the man in crimson? Was his brother the man in crimson? Is the man in crimson even a thing?
Are you fucking obtuse? We just fought the
Usually.
man in crimson. He decimated all of Valoria. You think he's not real? You think I would make that up? No! I would not make that up. He took everything from me. And Loki starts to blow up and Thor can take over as Loki walks away.
He was the man in crimson because he was covered in Asgardian blood.
Gotcha. Good point to let you guys know. I'm actually colorblind.
Oh, perfect. Here. And I'm going to reach into the bag of holding and pull out a bottle of Asgardian wine and just hand the whole thing to Alder. This will help with that.
Okay.
And Loki to Alder says, if you want to see the color of blood, I will show you your own. The man in crimson is real. I would not make him up.
Loki,
But
relax.
I did what I had to do.
We all know the man in crimson. We know. We've seen him.
Fucking Pinecone
We
doesn't.
fought him. And I'm gonna kind of fucking throw my arm out. We are aware of the man in crimson. Relax.
It wasn't meant to be offensive, bud. It wasn't meant to be offensive. Sorry.
Here, and I'm gonna pull out another bag of Asgardian wine and hand it to Loki.
Thank you. As he smiles, as if he's all good, but then downs the entire bottle.
Oh,
You
no.
said there's a bag. You're playing slap the bag.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely slapping that bag.
Didn't know that Franzia made Asgardian wolf.
Yo, dude, it's fucking sick. Asgardian College was fucking lit, bro.
While this conversation is happening, well, Loki, you brainstorm with the other big brain boys on the mountain. I'll be back. And Thor's going to head out of the temple and just kind of do like maintenance, just make sure everyone's okay, if they need anything. If the rain is becoming like an encumbrance, he's going to stop the storm.
Okay.
At least in here, not the one surrounding the island.
Right. You do see that it is slightly overwhelming from what you could see. So you're able to bring it to the first kind of relief it's had in a very long time, as the citizens of Valoria are starting to come out of their shelters, because, you know, they usually get bombarded with rain.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and help whatever construction is happening or whatever to help build more housing or huts, whatever.
Okay. And as you kind of do that, eventually, so most of them are very modestly like, oh, no, we got it. And, oh, no, we've been getting help. And eventually at one point, you're just like, okay. Like, you do help. And while doing so, there is a very large shadow that kind of eclipses behind you, and you can see it.
I'm gonna turn around, Mjolnir in hand, and just look up.
You look up, and there is a very wet and matted, it almost looks like a bear pelt, as you see your cousin Hercules take off his hood, and he goes, oh, you made it stop raining.
Oh my god, you're here? Who let you in?
Want me here?
I mean,
I've been
no.
Where have you been? I've been building up the shelters.
I mean, I was on Asgard. That's a story for another time.
He immediately just picks you up.
It's good to see you as well, cousin.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be doing any arm wrestling matches anytime soon.
Thank you. Yes, I am aware that my arm is gone. Thank you.
Fuck. Yeah, no, I heard about it, but I didn't. You know, I was expecting it to be a little more scary, but no, it looks good, man.
Yeah, no, I rock it pretty well. You know, it's not really even noticeable.
I mean, yeah, if you walked into a room like everywhere like this, and he just kind of moves, and so his left side of his body is showing, yeah, just keep doing that.
I hate you.
Yeah, I know.
It's good to see you, cousin.
To see you too.
And seeing that Hercules has it, are you staying at the temple? Are you staying on the island? Did you vacate your title?
It's on a brief hiatus. Did not vacate that title. And you actually see him, and he lifts up, and you see the title on. It's like, I dared them to take it off me, so they didn't.
One day I will.
Yeah, you're gonna try.
I will, and I'll succeed.
Well,
and I'll
got that back. I get to use Old Faithful.
We can see who's finally better, cousin. Just let me solve some other problems first.
Yeah, no, you got a lot of shit going on into the world and all that.
I'm gonna look around and see if any of the Valorians are around.
They are, but
cool.
they're all like hustle and bustle, so they're not really paying attention. He's like, what?
We tried to avoid sharing that information at all costs. You know, to not create panic.
Oh, I've been saying it like a lot.
Say it less. Just say it less. A little bit less.
Yeah, I could do that. Talk less.
And I'm gonna kind of give him a friendly pat on the shoulder and just be like, come into the temple whenever you're ready. Abby's making food. So
yeah. Oh, she makes great food. Yeah, I'll be there soon.
And I'll walk back to the temple.
Okay. So while he's out, what are the three of you doing?
I'm gonna walk out right behind him.
Okay, where are you gonna go?
Not follow him. I'm gonna look for Tibrin.
Okay. After some time, and you see by the shore, you see the horizon, and you see your crew kind of moving and about, and you do see Tibrin. He's helping hoisting a sail, but it looks like it's finally stopped raining, so there's like a slight relief on everyone's face, it looks like.
I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to boom. I'm gonna whistle really loud in his direction, and it's like a whistle that he commonly has heard me do.
Yeah. And you see his ears perk up literally, and he looks over at you, and you see this grin come across his face as he just beelines for you. And eventually jumps.
I'll catch him and spin him around in a circle and plant a big old wet one on him.
Yeah. And he goes, oh, you're okay. We didn't hear anything for months. I knew that you were okay.
Yeah, Asgard's not. It's a weird place.
We're not honeymooning there.
No, God, no.
You
Hell
said
no. If I don't have to go back, it'd be too soon.
And she goes, or he goes, I'm just so happy you're back.
Me too. I don't know for how long, because we still have to go to the moon, but at least for now. You want to get some dinner?
Yes.
Or lunch, or breakfast, or whatever the hell time it is?
It's like 5 p.m. So yeah, I would love food soon.
Right. Busy? If you're not busy, we can just head back up there.
Let me just let the boss know that you're back.
Oh, she's gonna be thrilled.
Always is. And he kind of walks over, and you're kind of just waiting, and eventually you hear a very loud what? And then you see Sue's kind of head poke out, and go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
She's pissed.
Oh yeah, 21.
21. You see surprise and relief and irritation, but what you also see is there is a section of her hair where it was once teal and blue has turned into this kind of amethyst purple, as eventually she starts walking with Tibrin, and you see her with the trident in her hand.
Sue.
And you immediately get the deck. So let me do the unarmed strike here. She got a natural 17.
Yeah, that hits.
So you just hear the crack, and then she immediately just shakes her. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Robot.
Oh no.
Robot.
Yeah, you're a really bad robot.
I guess
And
I'll
Matt-
never know what happens when Sue attacked me.
Pat, you're
I
muted.
broke her.
I'll jump
tried
in.
leaving the
Yeah,
call and
so
coming
you
back.
pissed her off so much that she became a robot and then short-circuited all in the same moment. So,
We found out she was a warforged the whole time.
Oh,
and
what a
it's
crazy
not
random happenstance.
Oh.
Well-
Yeah, Pat, you're muted.
I think we've legit lost Justin.
No.
Oh, he's,
No.
oh, he's here.
He's
He's
there.
here.
There.
10% of him's here.
He said give him like 10 seconds.
Yeah,
Phone
me,
up.
la, te, se, ge, and I will
So
be
give me
better.
like 10 seconds. He's gonna get his cell phone up.
Okay.
No, I already have the cell phone up.
Hell yeah.
Oh, there he
already
is.
got the cell phone
I
up.
love what he's frozen as though.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm just gonna switch my head.
And Loki finds the cure to everything and gets $1 million and becomes the king of Loki, of Thor.
Correct.
And
No, I
the storm
would rather
changes and rains ice instead. It's hail. And he becomes a god. And
You guys hear me or no?
yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, great. So what's the last thing that you heard?
That Sue
She punched him.
attacked me.
Okay, because I can still see you guys moving and whatnot. That's annoying. So yes, she punched and she said, "Don't leave again." As she is shaking her hand, and you can hear like the knuckles kind of pop as the air releases between the joints.
Oh, that hurt. I have to. We're going to the moon. Remember? Like, I don't really have much of a choice if we want to save the world.
At least say something this time.
Your hair looks nice.
Thanks. It's new.
Yeah, I noticed. What's up with that?
I don't know.
Huh? Oh, I thought you did it. Like,
No,
grabbed some, like...
why did I put purple in my hair?
I mean, you wanted purple flowers when I first left at Flamingo Bay, and I thought purple was your favorite color. I don't know.
It is, but do you realize how hard it is to put purple in this?
Look, I don't know, like, Triton physiology 100%, so I don't know exactly how hard it is. Like, it's just, I don't know. I didn't always have gold in my hair, and then it just started growing out that way.
Well, there we go. We can be the weird twins.
Yay!
Where have you been?
Asgard.
Yeah, I know that. For 3 months? Asgard? I heard it
Yeah.
was land. Why were you there for so long?
I only remember, like, 2 hours of it.
Oh, good. So you were shit-faced the whole time.
No. There was some woman enchanting us and making us living different roles and God knows what. It's hard to explain. Here, I'll let the others explain it to you. Let's go get dinner. They'll explain it over food.
And you hear her, and she sighs, and she goes, "I'm just glad you're back." And she puts her hand on your shoulder as you guys walk.
And I put my arm around her and around Tibrin, and I'm like, "Oh, it's good to be back." And I like walk in the middle as.
Yeah. So while we do that, Alder, Loki, what are you guys doing?
Alder, being the fact that he just, he was, I mean, really the only one that kind of got the crap kicked out of him there. He's literally just going to go find a spot to just kind of lay down. And, like, at this point, he's, aside from saying hello and pleasantries, and aside from the group, he doesn't really have that much of a really a deep connection with anybody else. So
Okay.
he's realistically just gonna find himself a place to lay down. He's not necessarily gonna go to like his room or quarters or anything like that. He's just
gonna
there's like
seclude,
if there's
separate.
like just even if there's just like a kind of like a great room and there's a couch or something, just literally lay down and kind of hold the areas where he might have gotten sliced up by Adorna's blade and just kind of.
I'll say with that, as you're going to the kind of the great hall, if you will, or like the grand quarters, you see your chair that Vendrin carved for you is there.
I mean, it'd be an insult not to sit in that, so.
Well, she made it for you. Yeah.
That's why I said it'd be an insult. So, in that case, I will go ahead and go to there, and then if it's near something that I can use to put my feet up, I will do that as well.
Yeah. There is a kind of like a excuse me, a stool that you can kind of rest your heels on, and you kind of slink back in the chair as you just kind of let these waves of just pain wash over you.
Existence is pain. It is true.
It's true.
Like abyss.
So while Alder is doing that, Loki, what are you doing?
Loki would have started walking around the village, the encampment, and just to see what was going on, what they had managed to make over 3 months, what we missed out on, and be trying to make his way toward where Creed might be,
Okay.
while just trying to understand what the lay of the land is.
So as you're kind of looking, you do see all of these different huts, these different enclosures that have been created within this short period of time. And I will say, you do see your cousin, Hercules, kind of moving about. He doesn't take notice of you because he's helping with something, and it's really kind of up to you if you want to see him.
No, Loki would cast No, I'll just do disguise self and make myself look like, I don't know, fucking a normal dude. Just a random person. Just look like, you know, tan shirt, green pants, and a goatee. And he's just walking around.
Old
Shaggy?
pants goatee.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. It's not even your final form.
Like Zoinks, dude, I don't want to talk to Hercules, man. Not until I've had my Scooby snacks.
That's a good Shaggy, dude.
Thanks, man. It's slowly becoming a pop punk. Like, yo, I hate this hometown. No, my parents don't get me.
So just Loki.
Yeah, just Loki.
My stepdad sucks.
Mom and dad just don't understand.
Me. So eventually you do get to the docks where you do see the horizon, and not far off is the Wandering Rose.
Loki will walk toward the Wandering Rose and attempt to board, assuming no one stops him.
How turnt is Loki right now?
Oh shit! I did have that whole fucking
Entire bottle
whole
of
bladder.
Asgardian wine.
yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll that con check at disadvantage, my guy.
What the fuck is my D20?
Good old Franzia. Slap
Oh,
the bag.
You said disadvantage.
Yeah. Asgardian liquor is a lot stronger than regular liquor.
Okay, not bad. 19.
19. So you're feeling warm.
Yeah.
You could go for another bottle.
So, with the confidence of Asgardian wine, I walk onto the Wandering Rose, and as I walk on, do I see anyone? What's the layout of the ship? If I walk on, is it like a hallway, or is it right into that dining hall?
No, when you walk on, it's onto the deck of the ship first.
Okay.
So when you walk in, you actually see Amari. She is there, kind of just taking stock of the stock that's on the deck, and she looks at you and she goes, Monsieur Loki, it's been a while.
And Loki does his own French accent, but he doesn't know French. So, oh, oui, c'est belle longtemps, je pas je m'occupe, comment se dit lancez-moi, hamburgues, and he just kind of walks by.
And she's like, some of that was South Hispanic? Spanish?
Bonjour! Au
Okay.
revoir!
And she just kind of shakes her head as she keeps taking stock of everything.
Loki will just explore the ship a little bit and go toward where Creed's chambers are.
Okay. And eventually you're hit with that familiar smell of cloudberries as you are outside the door, and you gently kind of wrap your knuckles.
Oh, not yet. Not yet. Before that, does
Okay.
it smell any different?
It does not.
Okay. Then Loki
Should
takes it. Go ahead.
I said, should it smell different?
Not on my end.
So no.
So
It smell different.
Loki takes a deep breath, and then rat upon her chamber door.
And you just hear a come in.
And Loki walks in like a very slow Kramer. Hello.
And you see Jessica, and she is in her regular garb, so like kind of a blousey shirt. Her jacket isn't on, her hat is on her desk, and she's looking at different maps, and it looks like she's charting something. As she looks up, and you see her eyes kind of widen and then brighten before she kind of comes over and immediately just embraces you and kisses you.
You didn't say you missed me in the message to Thok.
You don't know that.
He told me.
I have 25
Oh, you
words,
didn't?
darling.
Oh, I thought you did. Did Thok not?
No, I said sure. She missed you too.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
I was
believe
being
you.
sarcastic.
Yeah, see.
And she looks at you and she goes, I had 25 words. Couldn't waste them.
I miss you is only 3. I miss Loki's also 3. I was worried about you. I was trapped in an unending loop of torment for 3 months, and I say I miss you, and you can't say it back? My heart, she weeps.
And she goes, I'm sorry. I can make it better.
Oh, can you?
And you two immediately just go to her chambers.
Fade to fireplace.
Yep. And we'll pan to the fireplace that's on a boat.
I guess Loki's not getting dinner tonight.
He's gonna eat something.
Oh, Loki's that kind of guy. Good for him.
Yeah, he's not DJ Khaled.
I mean, that's good. Nobody should be DJ Khaled.
Yeah, no, she had like bonbons in her room, so it's cool.
Yeah, little snacks.
Sugar.
Trail mix. So, as the three of you are getting prepared for dinner, eventually everything kind of comes together. You have Hercules sitting, and it looks like he has his own chair. It's very wide, but he's sitting there. He's sitting next to you, Thor, and Alder Thok. You're sitting there with Tibrin and Sue and Abigail, and eventually you see kind of Veldana, and she beams as she sees all of you, and she goes, "It's good to see you all."
It's good to see you.
Likewise.
Good to be back.
And I'll say, with that, we will end tonight's session.
So many things happened.
Mhm.
Next week's going to be a bottle episode. Maybe literally.
I don't want to do a bottle episode.
You know what I was thinking before we
Abed's laying
end
low
real
this
quick?
episode.
My manual of grateful exercise. I only got like 1 day out of it. I never finished it, did I?
I will say you, because it takes 6 weeks, right?
No, I have to read 48 hours in 6 days.
Oh, in 6 days for the whole thing?
Yeah.
I mean, you could attempt to look at it. I would assume the 3 months, because of getting reset over and over, you've just been reading the same like 2 chapters over.
This is a bicep curl.
So should I just like reset from scratch?
And this
No,
is a
reset
bicep
from scratch.
curl.
Just we'll continue moving forward.
From where I am.
Man,
Okay.
bicep curls.
You're like, oh,
Got it.
sweet bicep curl.
Did you guys
Just
know
like
that you
a-
can do bicep curls?
It's just a smash cut, and Adorna's just like, yes, bicep curls. Read another fucking chapter.
But I gotta read the
Because
first
oh my God.
chapter
Bicep
first.
curls?
I learned a new thing. It's called bicep curls.
Did you know there's a thing that works out your arms called bicep curls?
Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We will be back next week, I think, most likely, like 87% sure. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe wherever you are watching this, if it's Twitch, YouTube, whatever. Josh, would you like to read some names in the chat?
Yeah, dude. Like, fucking thank you,
Like
Gandalf.
Shaggy? Please
Yeah,
read them like
like,
Shaggy.
oh man, like, thanks Gandalf the Babe and Droop Dog, J Velez, not 1199, and Shawarma Chameleon. Again, I'm just becoming like Blink 182 if they were modern pop punk.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, guys.
Oh wait, also thank you to Luxon92 for following us 6 hours ago.
Oh, thanks, Luxon. Thank you guys so much. We will be back next week with an all-new episode. I appreciate you. Don't forget to get vaccinated or
Ding.
wear your mask or both. We appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you guys all back here next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.